Fired up, Cyrell. What's up, son?
Cyrell, what's good, my guy?
Paul Pierce is in. We waiting on y'all to tap in so we can go ahead and get this on.
Oh yeah,
we got a special show.
Is this camera on me?
Oh man, here we go.
Hey, never lacking, never lacking.
No, can you get this?
Never lacking. Load this. Oh, that didn't count.
Tap in on Fired Up Thursday. Tap in on YouTube. All that, whatever, and then check out the show. It's coming up in a few minutes. We just kind of y'all seeing behind the scenes right now. You know, I don't know what the hell Almost is doing.
It's my pre-show ritual.
Hey, nah, this, you know that,
nigga. Yeah, and he's been missing every time.
Nah, come on right here. Ooh, that was close.
Yeah. Let's go. That's right. It's Fired Up Thursday, baby. And it's your boy Fuel.
I'm Almost Amazing.
And it's your girl Meek Raw.
That's right. We got a live show for you guys tonight. I mean, oh man.
Toss it to you, boy.
No, hold on, man. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna toss it to you, man. But I'm so excited, dog. I'm so excited. I gotta just kind of like get it out my system. You know what I'm saying? But we do got special guests today, and this is your old school, new school collaboration. You know, we go over hip hop, we go over hot topics, we go over romance, we talk about a little bit of everything and a little common sense. So let's go ahead, man. Go ahead, do it.
All right, man. So for today, we are definitely talking Super Bowl. We had to. You know what's coming up this week, y'all. Y'all stay safe out there partying, and don't lick your fingers and put them back in the wings.
Know what's up.
And we
Super
definitely
Bowl.
don't double dip.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about Black History Month for sure. But before that, we're going to get into top 5 comedians of the 2000s. We are joined with a fantastic, incredible guest today. She goes by the name Porscha Coleman. She's already tapped in with us. We already have a spectacular show lined up. You know, what's a Black woman you admire, like bar none?
Ooh, one that I admire bar none. Angela Bassett is a nice
the smoker. The smoker.
Oh man, yeah.
Incredible to me. I mean, to turn in and morph into Tina Turner, and then now she's on the show that I love, 911. Now she's playing a cop. There's nothing that this woman cannot do, and I love that she is so versatile, but yet so poised. You see her on the red carpet, you see her with her husband and her twins, and it's like she is like the epitome of the success story of a Black actress that is doing it right and that is marching to the beat of her own drum, but literally winning at doing it. So I love her career by far as probably the number one right now in the game. You can't beat. I mean, Angela Bassett.
That's a great pick.
Yeah, that is
a great pick.
I wasn't ready for a question yet.
All right, so being a part of all these sitcoms and everything, what era do you believe had the best sitcoms?
Oh, the 90s.
Why? You got to explain this.
Right.
I think the 2000s.
What?
I think the 2000s.
Yeah, no, I would have to say the 90s. When you think of, to me, like I live in the time of like the live audience. So when you think of, again, Martin, when you think of shows that are still airing to this day, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you could talk about the 2000s, but there's no shows that I think are going to hold a candle strongly along with those two. I mean, I just don't, the 90s to me, from music to TV, bar none, the 90s was hands down the best era to me for killing the game for us. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I had this question when it was announced you'd be our guest this week. What part of LA are you from?
So here's the funny part. I'm from the Valley, like literally Sherman Oaks, North Hollywood, the Valley. I went to Hollywood High School.
The Valley.
So I say the Valley because, you know, my dad was from Compton. My mom was from the San Fernando Valley, and I was raised in San Fernando Valley. But through and through, I'm 818, technically a Valley girl. So, people never guess it though. But yeah, I'm from LA.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So what kind of roles do you seek nowadays?
What kind of roles do I seek? I think, well, I'm not going to say roles that I seek as much as roles that I would probably not be willing to do. That's, I think, more of a greater thing to say, because I think you seek what you attract. So I think me seeking any and everything to take on the challenge is what I enjoy doing. What I won't do is certain stuff where it's like, okay, you know, you got to do a scene that's, you know, I mean, I'll be honest. There was a scene in a movie that, I mean, the movie did okay, but it was a box office movie with 2 comedians, one of them that you actually named. And it was like a scene where she was like going to be a prostitute getting like gang banged.
Oh.
God, it was. And I was like, okay, that's a big actor, but what else is there to this part? Like, is she getting gangbanged and then she has a revelation later? Or is it just that scene? I was like,
right.
No, I'm not doing that. There's certain stuff that I'm not going to do. Other stuff I'm willing to take the challenge on. Like, I played a drug addict in a movie. I played a teenage mom. Then I played, the girl next door, the hot girl that the guy's trying to chase. I've had different variety, but
Silicon Valley.
Yeah, silicone. let me stop. People always say silicone, but it's silicon.
Silicon.
It's silicon.
But it's
silicone. Really?
Yes. Every black person I know say, "Oh yeah, he was on Silicon Valley."
Absolutely, silicone.
The city is Silicon Valley in California.
Right.
It's actually silicon. It just sounds funny, but yeah, I was on Silicon Valley, and a lot of different shows. Depends on what you watch. You got Janky Promoters. That was a movie that I was in.
Fire.
Oh yeah.
Mondo.
Yeah, Mike Epps. So I've done a lot of different stuff. Just depends on what you've seen. I'm a dancer, so if you've watched any music videos from the 2000s up until probably like 2015, I was in it. From Tiger Coconut Juice to Young Girl Sexy Lady, Jim Jones Ballin'. Like, I have a long dance resume. For people that are dancers that they're like, oh my God, you've been in like a ton of videos. I won an award for being in the most music videos.
and a singer. Yeah.
Yes, that too.
She
Mafia and
got
several things. A lot of stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you this.
Okay.
They've been talking about a new Friday coming out, or trying to put it together.
Yes.
And I was wanting to see, because you've worked with Chris Tucker before, right?
I worked with Ice Cube.
With Ice Cube, but Chris Tucker was in a movie with Friday, but my question was like, what did you think about him not wanting to do Friday? I mean, I understand. Of course, he did explain it, but what did you think about being in the business right up under him?
Yeah, you know what? I think my opinion personally is like, you got to rock with what kind of got you in the game sometimes.
Right.
And I think Friday was such a classic movie that it would have been amazing to see him in that same role. But by him turning that down, there was room for Cat Williams. There was room for Mike Epps and other people, because we took away that dynamic with them. So I think it just opened the door for other people.
Right.
To me, I can't imagine watching Friday without John Witherspoon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I know, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's my thing. It's like, he's like so amazingly talented, and rest in peace to John. But to me, it's like, why not come back and do a Friday? It's like, there was a point where Chris Tucker wasn't hot, and after he did the BET Awards and like bombed, people were like, can Chris Tucker? So it's like, if we rock with you, especially on the Fridays and all the movies that he's done, it's like, why not come back and do a Friday? I think that might have been management saying, no, you're too good for that. You don't need to go back and do that. But you have to make a decision sometimes and say, okay, what should I do, and what'll be good for the soul, and what'll be good for the people. And funny is that my very first acting role was actually in Friday at the ice cream truck as a little kid.
No way. That's what I was. Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah.
Right next to Megan Good. We had the
Megan Good.
Same agent at the time, and I got hit upside the head by him when he's going to the ice cream truck talking to Big Worm. So, to me, that movie's always close to my heart, and the whole franchise. So, hopefully he wakes up and decides to come back.
That is monumental. You were part of Friday.
Yeah, in the most extra way. But to me, that's the first set I remember being on where I'm like, I want to do this, and I need to do this like full time, because I was 7 or 8 years old, and I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. And I booked like 3-4 commercials back to back, like right after that, and I joined SAG in like '97, and I've been rocking ever since. So I've been fortunate, to just do this.
Okay, Meek got a question there for her.
Okay. So, I saw. Forgive me, the IDBM. I keep messing up.
IMDb.
Sorry. I keep messing it up. So I saw that you went to the NBA 2K14. It's like was it a video game or awards or something like that?
I don't know. I mean, if it's something, two things you might be talking about. I'm also very, very big into sports. So for several years, BET used to send me to the All-Star game, the NBA All-Star game, to interview the athletes and talk about a whole lot of NBA stuff. So I think you're either talking about that's on there, or
because it was just like a little comment at the bottom that said Porscha Coleman at the NBA 2K14.
Oh yeah, so that was a red carpet event. So that was actually the launch of the 2014 actual NBA game, because I sometimes I forget some of the stuff I did, because I literally do everything. I do motion capture for video games. So
What?
motion capture and voiceover. So like Anthem
Wow.
video game, if you pop that in, I'm the narrator and a character in it. So that's why I was like, wait, which one is she talking about?
Yeah.
A Star Wars one that I did not too long ago. So that's why I'm like, which one should we?
Well, you just mentioned voiceover, and so have you done anything lately as voiceovers as far as a character?
I mean, video games are huge. So like I said, Anthem I did, and then Star Wars Squadrons. I think they have different rollouts. It's that, and then even I submit for voiceovers all the time. So it's just a matter of what comes in. So I've definitely done commercials. I've sang jingles on commercials that you've heard, movies as well. So all that is considered still voiceover, because people don't realize what all goes into the process when you're watching a movie, a TV show, or even a commercial. There's ADR that's happening. I mean, I'm literally in a film now that's literally a film in Mandarin. Yeah. And when they transposed it on Netflix to English, I'm the girl that's doing the English version of what they did in Mandarin, and I was rapping. So it's like, so it's like I do a little bit of everything, just depending on, I mean, I think that's a blessing. I mean, obviously, if I would do it.
That's super tight. Well, before we get off the subject of basketball, I saw you tweet about this courtside Karen that just got to deal with LeBron. Come on, let me get that. What you think about the whole situation?
Courtside Karen. First of all,
it's Black History Month. It's Black History Month.
That was so funny. She was absolutely out of line. For one, it started between LeBron and the guy. So why are you up here yapping like you need your man, like you need to stand up for him? She was completely out of line. So LeBron was like, no, don't kick him out. Just tell him to be quiet and let us play. And then they did kick them out. But I love how LeBron always stays classy and remains level-headed and said what he said. She was completely out of pocket, and she had the nerve to be looking all fake and all that after, like, oh my God, and I'm just like, girl, sit down. I think she was doing it for press. I think at that moment she might have been like, oh, this might go viral, so let me get in on it. Because less than a day later, she's coming with, I'm so sorry, it wasn't my business, I was out of line. Like, you changed your tune real quick, sis. Like,
right.
So I think it was just a media ploy for her, even though the issue I think was completely real. She needed to just back out of it.
I spent a little time on your Twitter. I'm not gonna lie. But speaking of, I was scouring your Twitter and I saw this celebration video. Trump was finally gone, and you were excited about it. So please get into it. What did you hate most about the orange president?
What did I hate the most? The most, what I hated was the lack of empathy. That to me is number one. The fact that he wouldn't even take responsibility for what happened, especially during this pandemic, is mind-blowing to me. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat. As a human being, the way he handled that process was completely unacceptable, and it's literally cost almost 450,000 people their lives. So to me, the empathy and the lack of care that he had for the lives that were being taken and lost, that are still being taken because of what happened, is what I hated the most. Politics aside, it's like, you could say all day long what you hated about his philosophy, but just to me, his division. Like, you have a black man that gets killed and you're not mentioning that, but yet one thing happens somewhere else, and he's just quick to get on there and defend himself like he's a him person. We never mattered, and that's what bothered me. If you're a president of the United States, you're supposed to unite the states, and he was dividing.
You're dividing, exactly.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, don't get me started. I don't know if you see some of my past shows, man. You would see, like, I get started, I start getting heated up. I have to calm myself down sometimes. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into this battle, and I think it's your turn to be first this week. And if we want, man, I think we need to bring Porscha in, because I know she know a little old school and new school. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna bring her in so she can help us on this little vote thing. You know what I mean? So if you guys,
Go ahead.
She's distracting me. Already?
All right, man. Without further ado, let's start this thing off right.
Okay.
Come on. About the Harlem Shake.
You didn't get up and dance. What? Lottie. We like to party. We don't cause trouble. We don't bother nobody. You know what's up.
Hey.
You know what?
Hey. We like to party. We don't cause trouble.
Not enough bass. You should have played the studio recording. Ooh, the DJ quick. Here we go.
Here we go.
Hey!
All right, you got to uncut your thing.
Uncut my thing.
Your cord.
Oh,
Unplug it.
I think two of those. Two of those.
Can we get to the verse?
Come on, no, we don't need to. Hey!
Come on, man. Come on now. Come on now.
Get a bag.
Oh, and this is sing along. It's karaoke night.
Oh no.
Hey, look, we got Porscha
I
going.
do my Cardi B.
Hey, it's in the back.
Yeah. Hey,
Backing
backing
it
up.
up.
Come on now.
Hey, turn it up.
My game. Let's call the boys. Let's run a train.
Hey.
Squeeze on my nuts. Lick on my butt. The nut
You don't know what that is, dog.
That's juicy. Come on now.
I was
Clear.
almost won.
What?
Oh yeah, I'm almost
Get
there.
out of here.
That is DJ
I'm
Fuel.
gonna be in the middle. I'm a guess. I can't. I mean, okay. Cause see, like I said, that the audio. I guess you guys couldn't hear me because I was saying stuff in between, so I really wasn't seeing who was playing what. But I'll tell you the winners of like the ones I heard. You
Yes.
gotta go with DJ Quick. That's
Yeah,
the winner.
What? Okay.
I love Cardi. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I love Cardi, but you gotta come on. I mean,
You gotta respect it.
that's a classic.
Right.
Juicy J, whoever played the Juicy J joint. I mean, and you should have y'all should have went head to head with the new version, which is like the new version that our boy did, ASAP Ferg. He
Yeah,
did
yeah.
the new version of that, so I would have put that head to head
Right.
comparison. You know what I'm saying? But
It would at least
y'all
let
had
him
some,
try out
y'all
with
had
me.
some good ones though. I love all of them.
Favorite song out of the selection.
Oh, you got to go to classics. Okay.
Thank you.
He's got bias.
Da, da, da.
He's got bias.
It goes to Fuel.
Yes, it is now Black History Month. It is February 4th at the recording of this, and we gotta celebrate it, man. We're a black-owned business. We have a beautiful black guest. So we have a black crew. We are here. We are black. We are beautiful.
So-
I may be light, but I'm black.
Yeah. So and one of the reasons I did want to, and actually this show is dedicated to Cicely Tyson, man, because she has been very inspirational to a lot of black women in the business, entertainment business, writing business, or whatever, just black activists and all that type of thing. You know what I mean? And she was down to earth and kept it real. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like you won't hear something from her and they be like, Cicely tripping. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? She was just down to earth and real. And she had this last interview with what's her name's name? Oprah's friend.
Gail.
Yeah, had his last interview.
Oprah's friend.
She had his last interview with Gail or whatever, and one of the last thing that she said or whatever, because she asked her, what would you want everybody to know about you when you're not here no more? And the thing she said is that I did my best.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Respect.
And I mean, that just, when you hear somebody else say I did my best, you kind of be okay, But when you hear her say it, it's just kind of like, damn.
Yeah.
I did want to get Porscha, you in on this because you're, a talented black. I mean, your list is like crazy. It's so crazy. And when I read it or whatever, I mean, you've been on what? Parker's, My Wife, Kids, what is it? Empire, right? Have you been on Empire, right?
A lot of stuff. I've done a lot of stuff, yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So all these things that you have been on, and then the latest one that you're in The Cut, just shows a lot of your talent. I mean, how versatile that you are. And I actually really wanted to talk to you and ask you, like, what do you think? Because you're in the midst of the business. I've been acting for a little while too, but you're actually still at it and you're still going strong. And so how is it that you how do you feel about how Cicely Tyson is, or what you get from her? What did you get from her?
She was a legend by far. I mean, to be the age that she was and to have the body of work that she had is incredible. I mean, she set the foundation for Black women moving forward. She never compromised. She did a lot of stuff that helped, change the game per se. And like I said, I love that she never compromised. She always said, I'm going to do roles that uplift Black women, that make, women proud and my audience and my family proud. And she stuck by that. So she wanted to be remembered for doing her best. And she absolutely did. So, following in the footsteps of an actress on her level, I can only hope to be doing that, much less to live that long. So, yeah.
Do you come across that though? That's those barriers that you kind of have to get across. Being a black actor in the
Right.
business. Do you actually like experiencing that stuff now, as far as like like, oh, we're not gonna give you this role for this, or we might not give you for this or whatever?
It's kind of interesting. I think it's things have been changing for sure.
Mhm.
Because growing up, I mean, I've been acting since I was 7 or 8 years old. So
Right.
for me, I was a lot of times the only black girl on the all white show. It was
Right.
that's what it is. They hired one usually.
Right, right.
So now it's like, I hate to say it, like black is in for say. Now they want
Yeah.
a show with an all black cast, and it's like, oh, there's a white, or there's like another. It's like we are now getting looked at, I think, for some reason totally different than how we have been before, because people realize our value and our worth, and just how talented we are, just how creative we are on the writing end, from stand up. I mean, right now is the time. So I don't feel that right this second, because I think their opportunities are endless now, especially with creating your own content. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So anything, what you got coming up next? Anything, projects going on right now?
Of course, absolutely. April 14th, you guys be on the lookout on Netflix. Is the television show starring myself, Jamie Foxx, David Allen Greer.
Mhm.
It's going to be amazing. So
What's the name of it?
April 14th on Netflix. It's called Dad, Stop Embarrassing Me.
Oh wow.
Okay.
It's loosely based around Jamie Foxx and his daughter Corinne, and their dynamic when she was 16, living with him, coming from her mom's house, who's
Yeah.
a white woman, and Jamie Foxx is from Turtle, Texas, and he's black, and it's like it's a whole different dynamic that happened in the households, and it's literally this show that represents that. And I play a funny character on the show, and it's like you get to see Jamie Foxx back on television. To me, it exists better than that. So yeah, you guys watch that. And
that's all comedy. That's all comedy, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
It's a comedy. Characters, you best believe Jamie is going in, and God willing, we get a season 2. It's going to be even more of kind of what we started, just to to test it and see how people react. So I'm excited. So for
I
sure.
saw the dance moves.
Only one thing.
Like, can we hear a note?
Yeah. No. I was just getting ready to go there, Porscha, because I know, like you said, you sing or whatever. I was gonna say, like, can you give us a little something before we burn out or whatever? And
she did it.
I'll be funny and give y'all a 90s song. You know what I'm saying? I love my 90s.
All right.
Oh yeah, girl.
Like, who don't love the 90s? Like I'm telling you, that was my era. We are lovers through and through, and know we made it through the storm. I really want you to realize, I really want to put you on. I've been searching for someone to satisfy my every need. Would you be my inspiration? Be the real love that I need.
Real love.
Hey.
I'm talking about real love. Hey.
Hey.
Right.
We the whole crew and can't sing. Like,
It's all good.
seriously, y'all really no.
Don't speak for me.
That's what's up. Well, Porscha, appreciate you coming in and rocking with us
no
on Thursdays. Most definitely, you guys check her out. She's on every social media there is. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll let you name it real quick, because you're on like 50. I looked down your list. This is a lot.
It's all the same handles, just at PORSCHA COLEMAN. That's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Clubhouse, everything. I'm all across the board, just the first and last name.
All of that.
That's what's up. Give it up for Porscha Coleman, baby.
Thank you guys. Bye.
All right. Now, if you want to